play Leo, and when we discover Leo, he's kind of living the consequences of a fact-checking error. He's a journalist, a local Atlanta journalist, and his reputation has been damaged by this error, and he's trying to claw his way back into the mainstream, and searching for that one story that might do it, and this that he feels a cover-up might do it. And, so he really dives deeply into this report and what it's containing, and stakes his whole reputation on discovering the truth.
So do you see him as a character who's likely to be helping anything or hindering?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, it's one of the questions that we wrestle with, Lex especially, and I wrestle with in the telling. Is the truth really going to do what you think it's going to do? Is it always the best thing? And from my point of view, from Leo's point of view, it is. But whether it actually helps or not, maybe it's just too subjective. But I'm a journalist. I'm not searching for fiction.
Some of the decisions that he makes has some tragic consequences. Can you just talk a little bit about whether he kind of change his point of view as episodes go along, or does he stay on the same mission and firm to that?
He's a little bit like a dog with a bone in his mouth, but his approach evolves, how he feels about what he's doing, his relationships. But he's kind of a guy that doesn't stop what he starts. But the nature of it is perpetually changing.
I like your adversarial relationship with Lex. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. He's just got. Well, the problem I have with his approach is that he feels like because he has a job to do that relieves him of any duty for the greater good. Because he's a subservient basically, and so he blinds himself in order to do that job. I do what I'm told. And when I say, well, wait a minute, but this is what's actually going on. This is what they're telling you. This is what they're not telling you. You don't care? And as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't care because he keeps doing this job. This is what they're telling him. He's their puppet. And so that's where how can you function there? How can you live your life this way? You realize you've got a job, but think beyond it for a second. This is bigger than either of us. And that's what they've created. The dynamic they've created. It's really a philosophical, even a moral issue, and that's a real fundamental conflict. And yet, at the same time, we like each other.
Yeah, that comes across.
Yeah. I respect him.
And since in this particular situation, as the reporter, kind of the third party to this whole play that's going on, as you will, do you see him as more of like an Edward Snowden in a way? Just someone who's coming out there and saying, "Hey, I'm going to get to the story, to the root of it."
Yeah.
And for like you said, better or worse, people need to know the truth. People need to find out. But is that going to make things better or worse?
Right.
So that would be, kind of I think like a character dilemma.
Yes.
Do you have intention? Has the character been laid out for you in kind of a direction one way or the other?
You mean? Do you mean what directions do you think? What do you mean?
Like, do we think do we think things are gonna get worse or better depending on what he shares with the public?
Oh, well, I guess that kind of comes back down to it's what's interesting about it is whose perspective, because it's such a subjective thing. I might have made things worse for Lomers, but made things better for the public. Maybe I made things worse for the public. Maybe I scared them needlessly, and made things worse for Lex. So because no one in this can get, not everyone can get what they want. can't have everyone satisfied. Not every party can be satisfied.
What would you do you think, in that
Personally?
situation? Yeah.
If I was Leo, I'd probably move.